Jim Canarium here, Farmer Jim at Comcast, Farmer Jim at Cape Cod Comcast.net. Today is April 2nd. We're at the State House in Boston. It's Agricultural Day, and we're going to do a series of interviews with young farmers, old farmers, state legislators, senators, and if we're lucky, we're going to get Governor Deval Patrick. There's one thing I need everybody to remember: farming is involved in everything that you do in your life. So today we're going to try to get the important facts of farming in Massachusetts out. Thank you for letting me come into your home. I am the president of the Cape and Islands Farm Bureau and also the farmer's husband at Miss Scarlett's Blue Ribbon Farm. Thank you. Jim here, standing with
Bill Lister.
Bill Lister. Bill, you are a Cape Cod lobsterman, correct? And go through a typical season for a Cape Cod lobsterman.
Well, I painted the bottom of the boat yesterday and putting it in tomorrow. Got to go to New Bedford and buy bait probably the day after and start setting lobster traps.
How many traps do you set?
600.
600. How big a crew do you have? We're helping you.
Just me and my stepson.
You and your stepson.
And in the summer, my son goes too.
Right. Now, you are a member of what organization would this be?
Massachusetts Lobster Association.
Now, how many lobstermen do you think there are on Cape Cod? Just a roundabout number.
40, 50.
40, 50. And when you started this, how many lobstermen were on Cape Cod?
Probably closer to 80.
And regulations and all the other stuff that's going on and has made it very difficult for you to make a decent living?
Expenses as far as fuel and bait and places to tie up in town. All the expenses have gone up, which probably has for everybody. But
now give us a scenario. When you're lobstering, what does the average person doesn't know what a lobster fisherman does? After you've loaded your traps on the boat, what does a lobster fisherman do, and how long do they soak, and when do you go back and check them?
Well, we get up at 4 in the morning, go out and haul traps for the day. We probably work till noon or 1 every day and go in. We sell everything in Hyannis at Cape Fish and usually get home by 2 or 3 in the afternoon. So that's one of the good things of the job, I guess.
Now you have to you're kind of like a doctor and a lawyer and an accountant and everything, a mechanic and everything else, because you have to know, if bait costs X amount of dollars, you have to return X amount of lobsters into the pot. You have to, if physically looking at a lobster over the years you've been lobstering, you'll know that if it's a healthy lobster, if it's not a healthy lobster. So your job as a lobsterman is very difficult. You have to belong to associations and all the new regs and all the things that are coming down: red tide, white tide, black tide, high tide, low tide.
Well, having done it for 30 years, a lot of that stuff is actually easier because I have experience with doing it, but I wouldn't want to be a young kid trying to work his way through all the things that we have to go through every day. That's probably one of the sad things about it. Not much of an accountant or any of that, but I do my own mechanic work on the boat and all the work getting anywhere I can save money and do it myself, I do whenever I can. But a lot of things are out of your hands. The cost of bait is something that, knowing people for many years, you might get a little bit better deal and know where to go when things are tight. But some things you just can't control: the price of fuel and the price of bait and everything else that you can. You try to do the best you can to save money there.
Has it been a good life?
Yes.
If you had to do it all over again, would you do anything different?
I don't believe so, no.
It's been my pleasure to stand here with Bill Lister. He is a farmer of the sea of the Cape Cod lobster. Good luck this year, and hope your prices are high and hope your seas are calm.
Thank you.
And on the 8th day, God looked down on his planned paradise and said, I need a caretaker. So God made a farmer.